You know what's truly empowering? Setting boundaries that reflect self-love and care. It's time to prioritize you and create a life that honors your needs and well-being. Does this sound like a dream, or are you cringing at the thought of having someone mad at you? I get it, boundaries are not easy, but neither is living a life without them. Can I get an amen? Up in here, up in here. Your self-love and self-care are on the line, but no worries. We're doing boundaries together. I'm talking simple steps to make the hard work easier so you can set and maintain your boundaries. I'm here with you as we embrace the power of boundaries and celebrate the beauty of self-love. Remember, you deserve to thrive and create a life that nourishes your soul. Your boundaries are so much more about self-love and preservation. When you fill your cup up first, you not only receive the benefits of that, but everyone also gets the benefits of your overflow. No one is getting the nasty remnants at the bottom of the tank, especially you. Calling all superhero ladies. Are you a busy woman looking to level up your life, ready to say goodbye to the energy slumps, scatterbrain moments, and stressing trying to squeeze everything into one day? Dump multitasking and master being in the moment, because if you are done with your days running together and feeling like one big major blur, or worse, feeling lost or like you don't even know yourself anymore, let's get you back into your day by feeling the day and being present. I've got just the solution for you. Join the waitlist for the Amplified Encouragers group as I show you how to amplify every aspect of your jam-packed schedule, have more energy, focus, and time to chase your dreams while doing all the things, from supercharged productivity hacks to mind-blowing self-care tips. I've got your back and your funny bone too, and get ready to conquer the world while still rocking that superhero cape. Go to the show notes and click the link to join the waitlist and be the first to get all the goods in this group. Click the join the waitlist link in the show notes and save your spot. In the midst of doing all the things, you can do all things and chase your dreams. Stay encouraged as we go on this journey called life, tackling everything that comes our way while we shine our light despite any circumstances we face. No more downplaying or dimming your light, because through the good, the bad, and everything in between, together we can encourage over everything. Encourager! I am so happy to have you here with me in this episode. It is truly such an amazing gift that we get to spend this time together. I cherish it. So thank you so much for pulling out those earbuds and tapping into this episode. I hope this message finds your heart in a happy place. Sometimes it is not an easy place to actually locate or create. So I hope that your heart is super happy. And even if you're not necessarily feeling the happiness, just take a moment to just put your hand on your heart and just be grateful that it's beating. Yes. Okay, so we are going to talk one of my favorite topics, that is boundaries. I love helping my clients walk through scenarios where we have to get our boundaries going. Sometimes it means establishing them. Sometimes something got you feeling some type of way, and then you realize, I need a boundary there. So wherever boundaries find you, whether they are on your plate or not even making the to-do list. We're going to help you get your boundaries intact because little do you know, there is a strong correlation between your boundaries and your self-love. So let's get into it. Hey, encourager, are you ready to supercharge your mornings and make the most out of your day? I've got something super special for you that will help give you the motivation you need to jumpstart your mornings and amplify your productivity. You've got to get your hands on the Amplify Your AM freebie. Get ready to conquer your day like a boss. Let me tell you why this freebie is a total game changer. With Amplify Your AM, you'll receive a powerful toolkit packed with simple morning rituals and motivational strategies to help you unlock your full potential. Imagine waking up feeling energized, confident, and ready to take on any new challenge that comes your way. This is your opportunity to design a morning routine that will set you up for success. Discover and implement practical strategies to increase productivity. Create a morning routine that aligns with your goals. Develop habits that will empower and motivate you and organize your day for maximum efficiency. Ready to transform your mornings and maximize your time? Click the link in the show notes to grab your Amplify Your AM toolkit now. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to kickstart your day and achieve your dreams. And tag a friend who needs a productivity boost, and let's crush those goals together. Remember, encourager, every day is a new opportunity to rise and shine. Don't wait any longer. Get your Amplify Your AM freebie today and start creating your dream mornings. You got this. Click the link in the show notes and amplify your AM today. I used to have a serious bad case of OPP, and let me tell you what this means to me. Because it's not the same as the traditional OPP that that Naughty by Nature was talking about, okay? OPP stands for Other People's Priorities. Yes, I was always down to help any and everybody get their priorities done, especially in the corporate America space. You know, at work, we have all of these tasks and duties that must be done, and it's so easy to focus in on what everyone else has listed as their priorities, and yours end up on the back burner. Some of them ain't even in the kitchen, honey. I swear I felt like 95% of my time was spent flinging around emails full of everybody else's priorities. And by the end of the day, I was just wiped out, drained, depleted. It was very much giving all my energy is gone. And I was barely getting to the things that I needed to get to. And when I did, because it was at the end of the day, it was obviously not at my peak part of the day where my performance is like popping, but more so at the end of the day when I've got like nothing left. So if you have a space like that in your life where you are constantly addressing everyone else's priorities, constantly putting out fires, then I know you feel me on this. And, you know, I get it. We live in a fast-paced world where we are constantly pulled in different directions, and it's up to us to manage it all, right? But it is so rare when you actually get to go in the direction that you want to. And if you are feeling that, then it is definitely time for a change. Establishing healthy boundaries really became essential because I wanted to own my day again. I really felt like the day was just not mine. I felt like my day belonged to everybody else, and I was literally getting the cold leftovers that weren't even good anymore. In the beginning, I thought it was just about setting limits with other people, but soon learned it was more about valuing myself, enough to create a space where I felt safe, respected, and valued. I want that for you. And I know that's why you're here. And there's nothing wrong with some OPP, okay? But only after your priorities have been taken care of. And there's some really simple steps that will really come in handy because the hard work comes in implementing and maintaining your boundaries. I know you know that, especially if boundaries are currently not your jam and basically non-existent right now. But it's okay. Be honest with yourself, like really honest with yourself about where you are and what the hard parts actually are. A vulnerable share here because I don't want you to think that I'm talking about boundaries from a place where I'm like on some other level and you just not there yet. Know that, a lot of times these topics that I'm talking about are not just because they're areas that I've helped my clients through, but these are even areas that I'm still working with myself through. I don't think that boundaries is something that ever really goes away because our boundaries change. There are certain seasons where certain things are okay with you. And then there are going to be other seasons when you realize, you know what? I've been doing this, but this just isn't working for me anymore. Very recently, I had to have some conversations with some folks who I have really important relationships with. And I really had to share why some things needed to change. And it was just really because there were some boundaries that I needed to put in place to really better take care of myself. I came to the realization that in meeting their needs, I was sacrificing my own and really put my own needs on the back burner. And in some cases, I was flat out ignoring my needs. And it was really having a serious impact on me. It was having an impact on my self-worth. It was having an impact on my self-esteem because I was really making myself smaller to fit into this area that made it more comfortable for other people. But by doing that, I was making myself uncomfortable and I was becoming very angry and irritated and ultimately sad about it. Sad because I wasn't honoring myself and what I needed. And not only was I not getting what I needed, but I was growing resentful that I was giving so much of myself and not getting what I needed. And our relationship really wasn't getting any better. So I don't know if you've ever found yourself in this space where you have gone along with doing something because you felt like that was the right decision at the time. And maybe you could scale back on some things for yourself, or maybe, put some things to the side that you might need right now to focus in on someone else's needs. And then getting to a space where it's like, you know what? This is just not working for me because now I feel empty. Now I'm not feeling the way that I need to be feeling, and I'm not taking care of my own mental space because I've made it not a priority. So this is really where I feel like boundaries are something that's really hard to do because sometimes it really means honoring yourself and putting yourself first, which is so hard to do when we want to make other people happy. We want to, and I shouldn't say we want to make other people happy because for me, it's not really about me making anyone else happy. I want to contribute to other people's happiness and I want to take people's feelings into consideration. I want to help meet them where they are, but that does not mean abandoning myself. And oftentimes with not managing my own boundaries, that's exactly where I've ended up. So I get it. It's not easy to implement boundaries and be vulnerable enough to share what you really need and how it makes you feel when you don't honor yourself and make sure that your needs are also being met. So once you've really got that solidified and you really know what it is that you need and you're ready to share them, just remember that I want you to feel equipped to really get your boundaries going. So that's what these steps are really meant to do, because boundaries are not just a fence to keep unwanted things out, but it's also a form of protection to keep you and the things that you need, the things that matter to you, to keep those things safe. Boundaries really become a great way to measure or give you like a criteria or a blueprint to help you decide what's really a yes versus a heck no. Boundaries are such a great tool for really creating the life that you want. And here's the steps to do it. In a world where you are busy, you've got a household to run, crazy kids' schedules, work, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. With all the adulting going on and all the roles you're working so hard to fill, it can cause you to forget about one of the most important relationships that you have, the one with you. Whether you've just been too busy making everyone else's world go round, or maybe you're living according to what somebody else thought was best for you, or maybe life just happened and it's got you feeling like you don't even know who you are or what you want anymore. There are so many things that can distract or disconnect you from your inner knowing. Go from feeling lost or disconnected to reconnected with the Reignite Your Inner Knowing roadmap. Get you back in touch with yourself and feeling like a priority on your own list. Knowing your desires and what you want at this season in your life, you can live the life of your dreams. And it starts with the connection you have with you. Check the show notes to get the Reignite Your Inner Knowing roadmap. It's your time to get back in touch with you. Click the show notes and get started. First things first, everything starts with mindset. And so you've really got to decide that you are a priority. Value yourself, your time, your energy, your dreams, and everything that's important to you. You have got to make a decision that you are a priority. You deserve to be at the top of your list, not on the bottom, getting the old, cold, and moldy leftovers. Not the remnants left at the bottom of the tank. No, you deserve to be a real priority. So start your day off by doing 3 things that are a priority for you. And then you can move on to everyone else's priorities. Listen, if you can put you first and take care of your things first, you are going to have so much more energy when it comes time to actually doing everybody else's priorities. Along with your priorities, really your non-negotiables go hand in hand. So set yourself up with some non-negotiables. For me, my morning routine is non-negotiable. Like, I'm not starting the day without it. It's now become more important than coffee. And listen, okay, if you are a coffee lover, if your day is not getting started by your cup of coffee, then you really feel me on this. But seriously, no, my non-negotiable is my morning routine. It is me practicing self-care and self-love first thing in the morning. I've got to thank God for another day. I've got to just think of so many reasons why I'm grateful. I got to do my meditation. I gotta do my journaling. I have to listen to personal development, my favorite podcast episodes. I got to get my day going on the right foot. I have to do all of these things and really pour into myself first thing in the morning, because it means so much to me to start my day mentally and emotionally prepared for what the day has in store for me, not just what I have planned, but just being ready for what's not planned. So I have to start my day by pouring into me. It is a non-negotiable. I'm not willing to wake up and skip it. I might wake up and minimize it. I might not spend the same amount of time on the weekdays as I do on the weekends, but it is definitely something that I am not willing to skip. So have your set non-negotiables. Is your self-care at the start of your day a non-negotiable? What can you do to set up yourself to where you are physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually taking care of yourself, and you do those things first no matter what. So decide for yourself what are your non-negotiables and then protect them, honor them, do them. I love sharing my favorites with you. My favorite app on my phone is the Growth Day app. The journal feature is everything. If you want to be able to journal literally anywhere you have your phone in hand, this is for you. If you don't know what to write, no worries. You will want this for the science-backed journal prompts alone. It's a great place to reflect, explore, gain new insights, and level up your perspective. This all-in-one personal development app has a great plan section, a place to capture your life scores, and so much more. Now, if you love self-improvement as much as I do, you are going to love what Brendan Burchard has put together. Check out the link in show notes, and I'll see you there. The next one, say no when it's necessary. Listen, I know that saying no can be really hard for some people. Some people, they say no and they don't even bat an eye, honey. And they wish somebody would have something to say. But if you struggle to say no, at least be willing to put things on pause and say, you know what, that sounds awesome, but let me get back to you. Because if you are anything like me, where in the heat of the moment, everything sounds good. Like, it sounds amazing. It sounds fantastic. But you know what? It may not actually align with what your goals are right now or what you're valuing as a priority right now. So learn to at least put things on pause, to give yourself some time and space to really look at things and see where they fit into your schedule and get back to them. But saying no isn't just about shutting people down. It's really about making sure that the things that you say yes to are really in alignment with you and what's important to you right now. And it really goes in line with what your goals and your current focus is. So don't feel bad about saying no. You are not the first nor the last time someone will hear no. And really detach yourself from what you think that no means to someone else. Because sometimes we're so protective of trying to avoid someone else feeling rejected when we tell them no. And it's really not up to us to decide what the no means to them. If they're feeling some type of way about it, that's really a sign that they have some work to do there. And whether or not they acknowledge it or willing to do that work is totally up to them. But do not attach your own meaning of what no means to you and think that it automatically applies to someone else. Because sometimes we're trying so hard to protect someone else from feeling rejected, and then we end up rejecting our own self by not honoring what's important to us. And that really is the point of what boundaries is all about, especially in this season of life. So set clear boundaries. This is the last piece. Really set some clear boundaries that are going to help you protect your time, your energy, your resources, and manage your time effectively. Because in all honesty, sometimes our boundaries are not about protecting ourselves from other people, as it is from even protecting our own self from allowing us to feel small or minimized at the sake of meeting everyone else and what's important to them. So hopefully these tips can really be useful for you. Hopefully it at least helps you get your arms around and really start thinking about what boundaries do you need to put in place that are going to help you honor yourself, honor your values, and focus in more on the goals and things that are important to you. Boundaries are such a powerful force in relation to our self-love. When you honor your limits, your capacity, your priorities, and whatever you define as the great loves of your life, you show yourself just how much you love you. You train your brain to know you are a priority by taking care of you. And then you can take care of everyone else from that space of high energy and love, all because you gave that to yourself first. And when you do that, you've created this energized momentum, and you can be so much more vibrant when you're working on OPP, other people's priorities. All because you gave the best to you first and then gave it to everyone else too. Your boundaries are so much about self-love and preservation. When you fill your cup up first, you not only receive the benefits of that, but also everyone else gets the benefits of your overflow. No one's getting the nasty remnants at the bottom of the tank, especially you. When you honor yourself and what's important to you, your self-love grows and continues to stay on the rise. So let's embrace the power of boundaries and really unleash our inner sass and celebrate all the beauty of self-love. You deserve to shine, darling. So go out there and slay the day. Encourage over your boundaries, because together we can encourage over everything. Encourager, thanks so much for tuning in. My wish for you is to have your encouragement cup filled up. If you enjoyed this episode, there's a few ways to say thank you. Share it with friends. You are a true encourager, sharing encouraging messages to lift others up, because that's just what we do. Leave a review, light me up with some stars, and share your feedback, as this is how we make encouragement a way of life. And to keep the conversation going, connect with me on Instagram at Encourage Over Everything. Check the show notes for today's sponsors and all the ways to work with me and stay connected. I appreciate you. Until next time, I'm sending you love, light, and loads of positivity, because together we can encourage over everything.